Hi everyone. Today I'm going over a list of 10 very basic mistakes in English that I see people making. This includes both native and non-native speakers of English. Now, some of these mistakes are going to occur more in written English, and others you'll hear more in spoken English, and some can be both. So we're going to count down and start with number 10. So number 10 on our list is the word a lot. So this one is going to be more in written English. So the word a lot is two words. It's not written as one word. So you would say a and then the second part L-O-T. And there's another word that also sounds like a lot. It's A-L-L-O-T. Now this word means to set aside a certain amount of money to buy something. For example, I will allot $100 to spend on gas. Number 9, it's. This mistake you will also see more in written English. Yes, it's true that we create possessive cases with an apostrophe, such as Mara's friend or that book is hers. However, it, apostrophe S, is the contracted form of it is, not possessive. So don't make the mistake of writing it apostrophe S as a possessive form, okay? It's the contracted form for it is. ITS is the possessive form for it. For example, the milk is past its expiration date, okay? No apostrophe here. Number 8, to, or T-O and T-O-O. So T-O, before a noun or a verb, it describes a destination, a recipient, or action. For example, he went to the movies. Okay, this is a destination. He went to somewhere, to the movies. I want to give you a gift. Okay, to give. This is actually, an infinitive, to plus the verb, to give. T-O-O means also or more than we need. I'm happy too, which means I'm also happy or I'm happy also. It's too hot to play outside. T-O-O means too much, okay? It's too hot. It's hotter than we need. Number 7, your. Y-O-U-R is the possessive form. I stopped by your school today. It's your turn to do the dishes. And then there's your. Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. This is the contracted form of you are. You are my friend. Number 6. Who versus whom versus whose versus whose. So let's start with who. Who identifies a pronoun. Usually it's some person. Who ate all the cookies? And whom, usually used to describe someone who is receiving the action or the object of the verb. Whom did you hire to join our team? Someone is receiving something. To whom will the award be given? And then whose. This is used to assign ownership to someone or a possessive form. Whose sweater is that? Last, who apostrophe S. This is the contracted form for who is. Who's speaking at the conference this weekend? Or who is speaking at the conference this weekend? Number 5, than and then. Than, T-H-A-N, is a conjunction used mainly to make comparisons. One thing was better than another. For example, my sister is taller than me. Okay, and then don't forget the pronunciation for than. Then. Then is used mainly as an adverb to situate actions in time. For example, we made dinner and then we went to the movies. Something that was next or that came next. And again, practice those pronunciations. Than Than, than, okay, lips kind of tensed into a smile, and you lower your jaw, it's a low front vowel, than, then. The mouth is not as tense into a smile, okay, it's a little bit more neutral, then, than, then. Number 4, affect and effect. They pretty much sound the same when they're spoken. The first one, affect, is a verb. It means to act on or produce a change. Okay, you could think of some other synonyms like alter, change, influence, modify, impact. These are synonyms for affect. The hot temperatures affected the crops. So something about the crops changed because of the hot temperatures. The death of his friend really affected him. Then there is effect. Sometimes it still sounds like effect, but effect. This is a noun, and we can think of it as a result or a consequence of something. For an example, a good night's sleep can have a positive effect on your day. The new law will go into effect tomorrow. There's the acronym RAVEN that you can use to remember these words. Remember, affect is a verb, effect is a noun. Number 3, there, and there. THEY''re is a contraction for they are. THERE is a location, meaning not here, there. And THEIR is the possessive form. Something belongs to them. Their dog, it's their house, their idea. So don't get there, and there mixed up. Number 2, double negatives. So a double negative is a statement which contains 2 negative words. The most frequently used negative words are no, not, nothing, never, none, no one, nowhere, neither, and nobody. Now, there are some words which have a negative element in their meanings, although they contain no negative affix. So these words are hardly, scarcely, barely, rarely. So let's look at a sentence. I didn't see nobody. This is not correct because we have not and we have nobody. Instead, we can say, I didn't see anybody or I didn't see anyone. Next example, I haven't barely thought about my exams. No, that's not correct. Remember, barely is a negative word, and the correct form is, I have barely thought about my exams. We took out the not. Another example, he wasn't doing nothing about the problem. This is not correct. You could say, he was doing nothing about the problem. Nothing is your only negative word there. Or you can say, he wasn't doing anything about the problem. And finally, number 1 in our countdown list of 10 things that teachers hate. Don't make these mistakes in English. Number 1 is the word ain't. Yes, most of you have probably heard this word. When I was back in school many years ago, elementary school, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, our teachers told us that ain't was not a word. It was bad grammar, it was bad English, and we were forbidden to use such a word. Now, basically, ain't is a contraction. It means am not, are not, is not. It can also mean have not, has not, do not, does not, did not. Now, people consider ain't to actually be a word nowadays, although it is considered non-standard. And it's still not encouraged by most teachers, especially English teachers. And it's still considered unacceptable in formal writing. So don't write ain't in your writing. Unless you are writing about a story and you put ain't in quotes because somebody was saying this and you're quoting somebody. But normally we do not use this word in our formal writing. Now, we still hear this word a lot. It's common in pop culture. You hear it in songs. Here are some examples of how you might hear some people using ain't.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and this house just ain't no home anytime she goes away.
I ain't going to the dance tonight. They ain't coming over for dinner after all. We ain't got any milk left in the fridge. You might have heard the popular expression, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or, he ain't what he used to be. Or, you ain't heard nothing yet. Or, you ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't it the truth? So, although ain't is considered non-standard English, most English teachers don't encourage the use of this word. You will still hear it in expressions and in pop culture and various music and songs, things like that. So I hope this list has been helpful. I hope you can apply some of these rules, and if you found value in this tutorial, go ahead and give a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Happy learning, everyone!